Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Mackey. Some of you may know me as Christopher, so I apologize for the confusion. Christopher is my first name. I go by Wayne. Can't tell you how many times this week I've been asked if I know the Christopher Mackey. As I said, my name is Mackey. I've lived in Prattville all my life, with the exception of a few years in serving my country in the United States Coast Guard. I grew up here, attended our schools, graduated from Prattville High School. Admittedly, some had their doubts. I also came back and chose to raise my family here because I'm proud to be from Prattville. And I'd be honored to serve Prattville. Yeah. So, the question was posed to us, what do we believe the most important issues facing Prattville? Well, I believe that Prattville is the victim of its own success in some ways. The beauty, the friendliness, the safety of our city, it's led others in the surrounding areas to want to migrate here. Whether they come here for daily shopping trips or they choose to permanently relocate their family here to call this home, the growth in this area and in this city is undeniable. So while growth itself is not a problem, the pace of our growth certainly can be. Whether it's traffic congestion, emergency response, or just the demands placed on our utility infrastructure, growth can have negative outcomes. It's important that we stay ahead of these problems and not fall prey to those successes. People come to Prattville because it's safe, as I mentioned earlier. And this is a testament to our incredible police, fire, and EMS services. However, if we want to retain that, we must find ways to help them grow in capability, or we risk losing the very safety that people come here for. The pace of our city's growth is a significant issue moving forward, but only if we are not prepared to meet the challenges that growth brings. So what do I believe the solutions to these problems are? I've thought hard about that over the last couple of weeks. And the truth is, I don't believe there's one silver bullet solution. I do believe part of the answer is generating revenue through sales tax. And this requires us to work together in encouraging businesses to locate in Prattville. With the expansion of Highway 82 and other infrastructure improvements, West Prattville is primed for business and residential growth. I think another part of the answer is retaining the valuable experience of our city employees here in the city services. We have a young police and fire service with respect to job experience. To maintain the same level of service that we have enjoyed for so many years, we must figure out a way to retain those that can teach these skills to the next generation. While Prattville's starting pay and salary is very competitive, other creative methods should be explored to entice experienced professionals to stay on board and to attract new candidates. And while retaining experience is vital to the success of our city services, we must also recognize that as the demand increases on those services, so must their capabilities. All city services must have the necessary personnel, equipment, and training that are required to meet the demands placed on them by a growing population in respect to their individual missions. So the last question that was asked was, why do I believe I am the best candidate? Well, I believe I am the best candidate to serve District 1. This is why I ran for city council in the last election. And it's why I intend to run again in the next. My experiences as a Prattville police officer and the experience I've received in leadership positions with the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency as the Chief of Administrative Services, the Chief of the State Bureau of Investigation, and the Chief of Protective Services have given me an insight on how government administration works. It's also given me valuable insight and experience on how to be part of a team, which is critical to being successful. The City Council is a team responsible for working together to serve the best interests the citizens of Prattville. To be highly effective, each council member must understand how to balance the needs of their individual districts with the overall needs of the city. And this is done by working together. From my time in the Coast Guard to my time as a police officer, I have devoted myself to a lifetime of service working as a team. It is these experiences that I believe would allow me to be a valuable member of this team. I thank you for your time and your consideration in allowing me to continue to serve the citizens of this city.
Thank you, Mr. Mackey. Our final candidate will be Russ Sanders, listed as Timothy Sanders, but he goes by Russ.
He's number 7. Somebody pick it. George Pickett is on the list.
I hear a little mumbling. One of our candidates chose not to come this evening, so that's the reason there are 7 tonight and not 8. So Russ will be our final, so if that was your question, that is the reason.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you all for the opportunity to interview for this Council 1 District vacancy. I'm Russ Sanders. My wife Jessica and I have called Prattville home for the last 10 years. We truly love Prattville. From day one, we have served this community through our church, civic organizations, and our professions. We've not only watched the growth and advancements Prattville has made, we've participated in it. Prattville has a lot to offer its citizens, and the people who live here have a lot to be proud of. From our vibrant downtown to our shops and eateries out east, you don't have to leave Prattville to get what you need. I would be honored to continue to help move Prattville forward. I believe there are many important issues facing Prattville. Some may say infrastructure, but I'm very aware of the ongoing investments being made in our infrastructure, from Fairview Avenue to stormwater projects and the continued investments being made in our sidewalks. These are major accomplishments. Some might say public safety, but I believe Prattville is one of the safest communities to live in. Our fire and police departments are superior in staffing and resources. I agree continued efforts toward retention of that staff and increasing our resources is vital. But I believe there are at least 3 pressing issues that have a major impact on Prattville's future generations. The 3 are having true partnerships with other entities, such as the Board of Education, the Target County Commission, and the Chamber of Commerce, service to citizens, and economic growth and tourism. The solutions are not always easy. Oftentimes, the city is looked upon to be the heavy lifters, whether it's financial support, manpower, providing equipment, building, or park spaces. I think this is acceptable support. However, we must always keep Prattville's growth and success at the forefront. One way to overcome this is through partnerships, an important avenue where we can collaborate with other entities to reach a common goal. Partnerships come in various forms, and partnerships can grow our business of serving citizens. Service to citizens. The University of Georgia football coach Kirby Smart said there's 3 costs to leadership. 1, you'll make hard decisions that negatively impact people you care about. 2, you'll be disliked despite your best attempts to do the best for the most. And 3, you'll be misunderstood and won't always have the opportunity to defend yourself. I believe in servant leadership, meaning I believe in prioritizing the needs of others over my own. I believe in open communication and transparency. I have been in a customer service role my entire professional career, and this position is no different. Every citizen wants to be heard. Throughout my career, I have counted the cost of leadership as Coach Smart described, And for the benefit of the city of Prattville, I'll continue to count my cost as a leader. I will strive to give the best service possible, not only to the citizens in District 1, but all citizens of Prattville. Economic growth and tourism are vital to the city. The two should work hand in hand for one another and the city to create jobs to strengthen our local economy. A couple of solutions to benefit both would be having more diversified industries and working with the economic developer and chambers to incorporate and carry out a strategic plan. In 2021, business leaders, citizens, and city officials came together to develop an updated comprehensive plan. The city endorsed Project 2040, and I will look to this plan to keep us on track in making Prattville the best it can be for the future of our children. The Project 2040 plan talks about revitalizing Central and West Prattville. I think it's very important to follow this plan. Again, business leaders, citizens, and city officials all came together and had input in what they believed was best for our community. Per Project 2040, the chamber, city, and other appropriate agencies should develop and implement strategies to encourage local entrepreneurship. Locally grown businesses are more likely to invest in our older areas that need to be revitalized. And locally grown businesses recirculate 2 to 3 times more of their revenue into the local economy versus a national chain business. I agree that Prattville has a very strong opportunities to create a robust tourism economy built upon its history in downtown. Tourism should be built around Prattville's many existing assets and not depend on creating attractions from scratch. The city has done a good job with tourism opportunities from downtown and making improvements for even more. There are several projects that have been completed or in progress from the 2040 plan, and I will continue to look to this plan to stay on track. I am the best candidate for a multitude of reasons, some personal, some professional. In 2019, I battled cancer, and this is just one personal adversity in life that has given me a different perspective, certainly strengthened my faith and fortitude. This faith and courage will help me serve Prattville well. As a longtime member and former president of the Prattville Lions Club, some of my best experiences have been in service. I love that Prattville is a community that recognizes the value of civic clubs and serving others. Because I share in those priorities and have proven time and time again, service for me is more about actions than just words. Additionally, my professional achievements stand out above other candidates. I'm the only candidate with real experience in our city's governance, and I'm the only candidate with real experience in our city's budgeting process. My position with the city's Parks and Recreation has given me the opportunity to manage day-to-day operations of the department, engage with many families, and spend time doing what I love most, serving our great community. I believe my tenure with the city speaks for itself, and that I have handled difficult situations with the city's best interests at stake. I have assisted with yearly budgets and kept spending within the budget. 10 years ago, when I first started with the city, we worked from a bare bones budget so that all departments could have what they needed. Over the years, I've seen the city grow leaps and bounds. I have helped make the difficult decisions to cut costs on projects that have been over budget. I'm the only candidate that has experience of seeing projects through from the very beginning to the completion. And I'm the only candidate that has a proven track record of working hand in hand with all departments within the city, as well as representing the city to other entities such as the Board of Education, Chamber of Commerce, and other outside organizations. I will bring a level-headed, common-sense approach to the decision-making process of the council. I am committed to keeping the spirit of Prattville alive while being open to improvements and changes. I will serve not only the citizens of District 1, but every citizen of Prattville to the best of my ability. Thank you again for this opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Sanders.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen and council, this concludes our candidates for this evening. At this time, the council will go into executive session in this room to discuss the general reputation, character, and professional competence of individuals. We have a letter from our attorney verifying that this is a qualified reason for executive session. We expect to be in executive session about an hour, and once we reconvene back from executive session, we will only adjourn. No vote will be held tonight. There will be no voting or decisions tonight. Once we are ready to reconvene, we will allow everyone back into the room. Do I hear a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Madam Clerk, will you conduct a roll call vote?
Counselor Jackson?
Yay.
Counselor Chambers?
Yay.
Counselor Mayor?
Yay.
Counselor Quayle?
Yay.
Counselor Stritch?
Yay.
Counselor Day?
Yay. The time is now 7:03. If everyone will please exit the room so that we may conduct executive session, and we will let you know when it is over so you may re-enter the room if you so choose. Please take your electronic devices with you so that nothing is left in here.
All they're gonna do is come back in and adjourn. Yeah, okay.
Well, no.